Yeah, perfect storm, Karen. Good morning to you. And if you think about it, for one thing, a lot more voters turned out than they expected for a primary election. And then you had precincts like this one that had to play the role of a combined precinct because others nearby closed at the last minute. Now combine that with the new voting machines, each one coming with its own printer and its own scanner, meaning lots of opportunities for technical problems, plus poll workers who dropped out at the last minute because of concerns over the coronavirus, and fill-ins who hadn't been properly trained. And yeah, it was a recipe for disaster in some precincts. And with many of the problems in minority precincts, that led to accusations of voter suppression. So now some of the counties are blaming the state while the state is blaming the counties. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger pointed out that all the counties got the same equipment and had the same training, but that somehow Fulton was the only county that had widespread issues at many of its precincts. He said it's the responsibility of the counties to properly train their workers. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms is stepping into this argument, and she is pushing back against the Secretary of State.
The problems were not just in Fulton County. We heard of long lines in neighboring counties as well. And it begs the question that if it's the responsibility simply of the counties to ensure that we have a fair and well-run election, then what's the point of having an elected Secretary of State?
Now, I do want to point out that here in Fulton County, something new we have learned is that some voters got letters in the mail telling them that their precinct had changed, but they got those letters yesterday, the day after the election. So coming up in our next half hour, you're going to hear from one of those voters who got that letter. Live in Atlanta, Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.